Hi, and welcome back to Two Bears Trekking. Today, we're going to be talking about the five mistakes that all cruisers make. So we're starting off right at the top, number one. Everybody does this.
Yes.
Overpack.
Yes, we do. Overpack. Now, I have an issue, and it's like I need to be careful. I need shirts. I have to pack shirts, but you don't need to overpack them.
So what's the rule?
What is the rule?
For you, 2 tops for every bottom.
2 tops for every bottom. Yes, yes. And I mean, it works for me. At least it worked on the last cruise.
And that is the biggest mistake. People bring extra clothing. For ladies, skirts, more versatile, or pants, more versatile than dresses, because you can't change a dress up necessarily.
No.
Although you can accessorize.
Yes.
Then there's all those little extras. Now, we are going on a 12-night cruise, so we're going to do a whole packing video.
Yes, we are.
So make sure you're subscribed because that'll be coming up in the near future. And I see people say, bring all these little gadgets like hooks and clotheslines and all sorts of things.
Magnetic things attached to magnetic things. Yes.
And I'm like, why?
Why?
All right. So that is number one.
Number 2.
Ooh.
Yes.
Wasting time.
You have a limited amount of time on your cruise. Don't waste it.
And what is the number one thing? Waiting in lines.
Lots of lines. Why? And why wait in a line?
Exactly. Lines at the guest relations desk. Lines
for free things. You know, it was like the thing that I was able to get a free bracelet, and we walked up to the line that said, you know, what was it, 5 o'clock?
Start at 5.
Yeah. And there was this line that went forever. And it's like, no. And we came back 45 minutes later, and it's like we walked into the store and, hey, do you have the free thing? Yeah, here it is. Oh, cool.
The other thing that amazes me is people lining up for dinner. If you have a fixed dining time and the dining room, say, opens at 6 o'clock, and people start lining up at 5:45, like the food is going to go away if they're not there at 6 o'clock. Here's my tip. Why wait in line? Enjoy yourself. Enjoy a drink. Enjoy some music. And show up 5 minutes after 6, and you'll walk right in.
Right to your spot.
The other thing, if you don't have fixed dining and you're doing flexible dining, you have the ability to make reservations. I see a lot of people say, don't bother making reservations. Because you can just walk up. And, we walked right in. Well, your mileage may vary, and you've heard us say that before. Because if you're on a full cruise and there's a disproportionate amount of people on flexible dining, and maybe they all want to eat at the same time you do on this particular cruise.
Lucky you.
Exactly, or unlucky you, because I can point out just as many people who said, we've had to wait 30 minutes. So it always pays to make a reservation to avoid waiting and wasting time.
And we made that reservation, and we walked up and went right in. It was great.
Now, the one place where I would say going in advance and spending a little extra time is for the evening shows.
Yes.
Because I can't tell you how many people we see walking in at the last minute and scrambling around. The house lights have gone down, trying to find a seat.
Where's the seat? Where's the seat?
And they end up sitting in a spot that doesn't have a great view. That's when I would say take the extra time. Don't go and sit and wait for a bar waiter. If you want to have a drink, bring it with you. Go get a seat that you want. You can even have time to change your seats a couple of times and take it as an opportunity to make friends with fellow passengers.
You might have some people who have you over for dinner or something.
All right, so as not to waste any more time, let's move on to the next. But before we do that, let's say, make sure you like these videos and share it if you enjoying our content. Go ahead and subscribe, because we have lots of amazing content coming up.
Yes, we do. A lot of fun content.
And also check out our website at twobearstrekking.com. Lots of extra content there as well.
Yes. So number 3 is eating the same kind of food you eat at home.
Yes.
Why do that when you have an opportunity to enjoy something different or try something different?
Exactly. And I also, we talk about in our food videos, if you haven't, go ahead and check those out.
Mm-hmm.
We talk about a lot of carbs, a lot of filler foods.
Mm-hmm.
And those are things we stay away from, not only because we want to stay a little bit healthier, but also because those are things that fill you up and are cheap and you can get anywhere inexpensively.
Yes.
Like, for example, you love mac and cheese,
I
but
love mac and cheese.
if it's not something like a lobster mac and cheese,
Mm-hmm.
you're probably not going to have it unless you're having a little craving.
Mm-hmm.
And so staying away from those, but instead getting, for example, you ordered lamb.
A lot of lamb, and I
Quite a
really
few
enjoyed
times.
it. I really, because we don't eat a lot of lamb, but I didn't order a lot of chicken because we eat a lot of chicken.
Exactly. So
Mm-hmm.
eat differently than you might eat at home.
Mm-hmm.
And think about those things that you don't like to cook, or desserts is a great example.
Oh.
Like making creme brulee yourself, or a cheesecake,
Yes.
or
What, the volcano pie cake,
the
whatever
lava
that is?
cake.
Oh, the lava
Or
cake.
for the cruise lines that still do souffle.
Mm-hmm. Enjoy those.
Enjoy those things you can't necessarily get at home, and stay away from those spongy cakes with mystery frosting and cream.
Yes, you can get those at any supermarket. Yes.
All right, let's move on to number 4.
Number 4. Yes.
Don't buy stuff you don't need.
No. Why? You save your money for what's important. Don't waste it.
Yes, I'll see lots of people making the mistake
Mm-hmm.
of, they'll say, oh, our travel agent said we have to have the all-included package.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way to go. Well, okay, so there might be gratuities included in that, and sure,
Mm-hmm.
that's, paid by everybody.
Right.
But do you really need that drink package? Do you drink mostly water? Or even if you drink water, and especially coffees,
Mm-hmm.
even the non-alcoholic packages sometimes don't pay off.
No.
And do you really need Wi-Fi? Remember 20, 25 years ago where that was unheard of on a cruise ship?
What's Wi-Fi?
What,
Yeah.
cruising was a way to get away
Mm-hmm.
and for a relaxing vacation.
Mm-hmm.
And now it seems like everyone thinks they need Wi-Fi.
And now, if you have a kid or a teen with you, they might need Wi-Fi. But keep in mind, everyone well, no, not necessarily.
No, you can buy individual devices. So, but if you buy the all-included package, is what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
everybody in the cabin has to have that package.
Right.
Whereas if you can buy Wi-Fi for a single device separately, and
Mm-hmm.
that's a great way to get around that while still having that perk,
Yes.
right? And take a hard look at what you're going to drink. And people say, oh, we want it for convenience. But you're not using it to its fullest, and you are wasting money. So if you search it out a little bit, you can get some free things. Even a big thing on cruises now that I just thought about is where they hide the little ducks.
Oh, that's right.
And we found a duck, and that can also be a souvenir. And
There
then
you
you
go.
write the cruise you got it on,
Aw.
and you can collect those. So
Yes.
those are inexpensive ways to get those trinkets.
There you go.
All right.
Number 5. What is it? Last one.
Here's one I think everyone misses.
Yes.
And I hear a lot of people talking about that. And that is people wait until they get sick to take medication.
Right.
The biggest one, if you're cruising, obviously, is seasickness, motion sickness medication.
Mm-hmm.
And people say, well, it's my first cruise. I don't know if I'm going to get sick. I've taken a ferry and I was okay. Or I've been on many cruises. I've never gotten sick. Well, you've never had 10-foot seas, or you've never, been on the tail end of a hurricane like I have. So you don't know where that line is when you're going to get sick, even if you've been on a cruise. So you know what I do? I just take it. And for your first cruise,
For my first cruise, I didn't have any problems, but I think it's because of him, honestly.
I just made you take the pills.
Just, here, take this. Okay. And
It's like a dog, the pills.
and, I wasn't sick at all. I mean, I had a great time.
Right. And it's just not for motion sickness. I think about if you're doing a lot of walking, make sure, and you take an anti-inflammatory, make sure you take those as a preventative measure, because medication works much better as a preventative rather than after the fact. The other thing I think about is you're going to be eating differently. So if you think that's going to cause you an issue and you need a digestive enzyme or something to, help you through that process,
That's something we use.
make sure you take it in advance because it is much more effective.
Yes.
So how do I know these are the mistakes that everybody makes? Because in 36 years of
You've
cruising,
made them.
I have made them at least once. And then eventually you figure it out and you stop making those same mistakes.
There you go.
So are there any additional mistakes that you can think of that you want to tell us?
And we might have missed them. Comment down below.
Maybe we're still making those mistakes.
Maybe, and we didn't know about it. Help us out. So
Like, share, subscribe. And as always,
keep on trekking.